What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Takara Tomy with a video I should have done a very long time ago, just haven't had time. But you'll see 3 MP-21 Bumblebee boxes. Alright, so the reason making this video is because, number one, we have the original Takara Tomy, which is right here. We also have the Takara Tomy that's available on tfdirect.com, and we also have the Takasa Tony. Now, quick backstory on this whole thing. We do have the original Takara Tomys. Eventually, the KOs came out under the same name, Takara Tomy. And then after a while, I think it started with Wheeljack, they started calling them Takasa Tonys, which is kind of funny, actually, but you'll see here it does say Takasa Tony. Now, the weird thing is as far as I know, there might be a couple more, but this is the first instance I've seen where there's actually a Takasa Tony and a Takara Tomy KO available. Now, I already did the comparisons between the Takara original and KO, so what we're going to do is concentrate on the Takara and Takasa Tony KO. More than anything, people were just wondering if there was any differences between both KOs. And as far as I can tell, there really is none. Seem to be the same quality boxes, although I do have to say the Takara KO does seem to be slightly sharper in the way it's folded. And I did notice that on the bottom here, the Takara one does have the UPC code. This one doesn't. Even the style of the stamping is a little bit different. It's a little deeper on the Takara, and it's a little sharper on the Takasa. If we come out to the front, you'll see the usual Takasa Tony little C stamp there with the regular Autobot logo on the other one. Now, as far as on the front, you see the little Transformer logo down here, and here it's blocked out with a little black rectangle. Now, even though there are those differences, I'm just going to go ahead and say that the quality of the box is pretty much overall identical. The same matte finish, the same color. It just feels like it comes from the same place. If we look at the cardboard quality, the corrugated cardboard, it also seems to be the same. Even the foil on there looks pretty much identical. Alright, so let's get inside here. We're going to keep the Takasa on the left side, and we're going to keep the Takara KO on the right side. Alright, so we're going to check out the contents, obviously. We have here the little packaging, which has the instruction booklet and the tech spec card, which very horrible. Very, not horrible, I mean the quality is good. Just saying, as far as materials, but the scanning was horribly done. It looks like an 8-bit video game here. But you'll notice it's got a little mask, alright? And the reason that's important, you'll find out in just a second. And you'll see the way the instruction booklet is folded. Now, one of the things I noticed was the clarity of the instruction booklet. Like, they have access to original files. It's not scanned, at least it doesn't look scanned at all. It still has these little wing mirror pieces here. And then check out the Takara KO has the instruction booklet in a bigger folded way. It's still folded here in the middle, so I don't know if it's just the way they packaged it. I have no clue. It's still folded, you can see right there. And again, it's got the same horrible tech spec card, which to me looks like it came out of the same printing place. It's got the same little JPEG artifacting going on, but you notice it doesn't come with the extra face masks. So that's one of the downsides to the Takara one, is as of right now it doesn't have face masks, but the Takasa one does. We'll move on to the actual tray. The one thing I noticed is the Takasa is only taped on the longer side, and the Takara Tomy was taped on all 4 sides. Alright, and let's see right here, the little printing here looks identical. I mean, they look identical on both. So I'd have to say they're coming from the same factory, at least the same vacuum mold. It's very hard to tell. These KO companies, obviously are very, very mysterious. No one really knows the answers to anything. No one knows how they work. No one knows why they change names. No one knows anything. Alright, and until somebody secretly shows me evidence of anything, I have no clue what to tell you guys. So here are the cars outside. Very high quality KOs. I've never had anything really bad to say about the KOs. They're just absolutely amazing. I did have some paint issues with the Takara, which I'm sure there's paint issues on all, and some maybe have more than others. But I did have a little glob here. It was a little rough on the edge back here. I did have a little glooping right there, but I mean, overall, the plastic, I've transformed this thing a billion times. I take this everywhere. It's a fabulous little piece. And this one that I took out here doesn't really have the same glooping issues, but again, that's probably just a one-off issue. It does have little specks here and there on the paint. It's not absolutely perfect, but you'll see these little lines right here in this door panel. See that little kind of wavy thing there? It's also apparent on this one. So they seem to be coming from the same exact assembly line. Even these panels right here, they have these little things. I don't know how to explain it. The way that there's a paint, or the way they took them off the sprue tree here, it's got the same markings on both. Again, I'm sure they came off the same assembly line. Now, usually with the Takasa Tonys, they would have a copyright logo of Takasa Tony. It would just say Tony on there. And the Takara ones would say Takara. So we're going to take a look to see if this one has the Takasa. We'll do that by sort of transforming him. I'm not going to do the whole transformation here, but we are going to pop off the arm here. And it says made in China. I guess it's on the other side that we would find it. So we'll take off this arm. And you will see it does say Tomy on a Takasa one. So apparently they are coming from the same place. I know the Takasa KOs from before did say Tony. This is the first one I've seen that comes in a Takasa box with a Tomy logo. And before we check them out in bot mode, let's check out the Exosuits here. Again, identical. The chest pieces here on the Takara are painted. The KOs don't have painted chest pieces. Yeah, at this point I'm going to say they're coming from the same exact factory. Let's look at the stamping here, which is done with heat treatment here. Yeah, it looks the same. I'm even noticing here on this arm, there's a little bit of dirt or some kind of crud going on there. It's also got it on this one, so I don't know if that's part of the assembly process. They lay them down on something dirty. I have no clue. Not even going to bother too much with the face masks because they look exactly the same, but let's bring the figures out here. So we got the Takasa and we got the Takara KO, and let's just bring out the original. Here he is. So very hard to tell which one is original. The KOs are just that well done for Bumblebee. Let's just take this guy out of the way because we're just going to check to see anything else here that we see differently, but we don't. We're not going to find anything different because at this point, like I said, I believe they're just from the same factory. My Takasa one is a little tighter because I've only transformed it this one time. This one's still, it's a little looser. Because I've transformed them literally about 100 times. This thing, I can't put this thing down. It's just such a great little toy. But yeah, that's it. If you guys wanted to know if there was any differences between them, there is absolutely not. So it's really just whether you want your box to say Takasa Tony or Takara Tomy. Now, if you want a Takara Tomy version, you can go ahead to tfdirect.com, who were very gracious enough to supply the channel here with a sample for us to review. And if you're enjoying the videos, guys, please subscribe, tell your friends, maybe even support the channel so I can bring you more videos in the future. Until next time, bye-bye.